Today I'm going to show you how to set up your default settings for invoicing. First, we'll need to go to Invoice Preferences to set up the default options used on invoices. To do this, go to Settings, Configure System, Invoice Themes, and click on the Preferences link at the top. This will list all the default options used on invoices. You can edit these options to suit your business. Default payment details will ask you to select the default payment details for your invoices. This will typically be your primary business current account. The sales invoice prefix is the 3 letters you would like to appear before the sales invoice number when shown in transaction listings. As a default, it is set as INV. The purchase invoice prefix is the 3 letters you would like to appear before the purchase invoice number when shown in transaction settings. As a default, it is set as PUR. Customer credit days sets the default number of credit days that a customer is allowed before they must pay the invoice. This can also be altered when adding a new customer to ClearBooks. Supplier credit days sets the default number of credit days that a supplier typically allows you. Again, this can be altered when adding a new supplier to ClearBooks. Default invoice payment text sets the default thank you message for your customers when they make payments. Default line items defines how many invoice line items appear as standard when creating a new invoice. You'll still be able to add more lines than this on individual invoices if they're needed. First invoice number sets the first invoice number in the incremental invoice number sequence that will start once you begin raising invoices. Invoice multiple contacts allows you to send an invoice to multiple individual contacts within a company. This can either be enabled or disabled. Finally, you can select your default VAT rate from the standard 20% rate, 5% reduced rate, 0 rate, manual, or exclude your invoices from VAT returns. In this example, we have set up invoicing using our Barclays account with an INV prefix on sales invoices and a PUR prefix on purchase invoices. We have kept customer and supplier credit as the 30-day default and set our unique thank you message. Our default number of invoice line items is set as 2. Our first invoice number starts as 1, and we have left the invoice multiple contacts option disabled, and set our default VAT rate as the 20% standard rate. When you're done, please be sure to click the Save button to save your changes.